blocks, grabbing your blocks. You've got your chair, if you are using a chair, grabbing pillows, blankets, a strap, maybe an eye pillow. As always, whatever you need for your practice. Listen to your body. Maybe today's a different day. Maybe today you're super sore, or maybe today you're feeling extra strong, so you're going to challenge yourself. So just preparing yourself, preparing your mindset, getting yourself into the present moment. We're sitting in our chair. If you are using a chair, you can do all of these movements, either standing, modifying it however you want to do it, or you can be also, you could be sitting on the floor, up against a wall, however it works the best for you. So remembering it's your practice, listening to your body and doing what your body is going to let you do today. All right, so we are sitting on our chair in the center of our chair, trying to stay away from the back of our chair because we are engaging our core in this first, well, the whole time, but especially in this first part. If you have an injury, or you're getting over an injury, or you've got an illness, I don't really want to cough that, or you've got something else going on where you do need support, then always feel free to use the support of the chair. Otherwise, you can challenge yourself and take yourself to the center or the very front edge of your chair. So we're sitting ourselves up tall, lengthening up through our spine. So our tailbone is pressed down into the seat of the chair, not pressed down, but lengthened down into the seat of the chair. Our spine stacking one vertebrae on top of the other, and our crown of the head lifting up towards the ceiling. Let's begin by rolling our shoulders back. So let's go and roll that out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Rolling those shoulders out, rolling that back. Good, so good. I wonder, well, I have a froggy voice today. I haven't been yelling or anything yet today. All right, let's go ahead and roll that forward. Good, taking that forward and roll that. Oh, that's so good too. And with these rolls, rolling front or back, if you want to use your arms here, you can do that too. Almost like a swimmer arm, whatever feels most supportive for you, best for you, comfortable for you. Go ahead and roll that back again. Let's shrug our shoulders up to our ears and then go ahead and release that down. As we release that down, heavily release those arms down. Drop our chin. Oh, drop our chin to chest. Oh, goodness. Yep, lift that head to center. Shrug those shoulders up again. So really get that nice shrug there. And then release those heavy arms down to your side. Let's drop our chin back to our chest. Ooh, I feel that way down in my angel wings. So down in my shoulder blades. Woo, that's good. Lift our head up to center. Let's do that shrug one more time. Shrug that up to the ears, shoulders to the ears, and then heavily release that down. Drop our chin to chest once again. Nice, lift that up center, roll those shoulders back. You can shake out those arms and roll that forward. Good. Let's give ourselves a nice big hug today. So right over left. Yeah, nice big hug. So as we are hugging right here, maybe drop that chin to chest, or you can kind of be like moving that torso from side to side. That feels good too. Open that up, and now left over right. Yep. Oh yeah. And maybe dropping that chin. Good, lifting that up and reaching those arms out wide, and then release that down. Roll those shoulders and then roll that forward. Deep inhale up, take it right here. Deep sun breath. And exhale it out. Inhale and sweep it up. And exhale it out. And inhale and sweep it up. And exhale it out. Inhale and sweep this up. As we take our exhale, let's take our hands behind us. So holding onto the back of the chair, holding onto the seat of the chair, or clasping your hands behind you. It's kind of go like you can go wider, you can go narrower, and then you get that that's the most narrow right there. So it's wherever your flexibility and mobility is letting you go today. Today, today, today. Maybe last week you were like, I could do this all day. And this week you're like, I could do this all day. So again, listening to your body, every day is different. Drop our chin back to chest. Lift our head to center. Look over to the right and look over to the left. Head back to neutral. Good. Let's release our arms. Shake that out. Inhale and sweep this up. Nice big sun breath. And exhale it out. And again, inhale and sweep this up. And exhale it out. One more time. Inhale and sweep this up. As we take our exhale, we're going to take those arms behind us again and either holding back, seat of the chair, or clasping behind you. And maybe it's a little different the second time around. Or maybe it's the same. Good. Let's look to the left. Look to the left. Very nice. Look to the right. Back to center. This one's always awkward. Oh, I feel like my neck isn't moving at all. Drop that right ear to that right shoulder. And drop that left ear to that left shoulder. I know it is, because I can see that it is, but it doesn't feel like it is. It doesn't feel like I have any mobility in my neck when I do this one. Oh, bring this back to center. Good. Take a breath here. Exhale. Very nice. Let's release those arms. Shake that out. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Clasp our hands at the top. Let's press those palms to the ceiling. So now we are lengthening up through our arms, up through that rib cage, up through that torso, getting a really long spine, really long arms. Let's breathe it here. We're going to sigh, exhale. So let's inhale it deeply here. And exhale, big sigh out. Good. 2 more times. Inhale deep. And exhale, big sigh out. 1 more time. Inhale it deep. And exhale, big sigh out. Nice. Bring those arms out in front of you. Stop hands. Rotation of the wrist. Good. Rotate the other way. Nice. Let's point our fingers down and point those fingers up. Let's go ahead and pull, just gently pulling back. Oh yeah, this next one. There we go. Turn that over. The hands, such a good stretch for the forearms. Okay, other side. Gently pulling that there on those fingers, just very gentle. And then, oh, there it is, right there. So good. So good, so good. Nice. Opening those arms up. We see our arms out of the sides of our eyes, out of the corners of our eyes and our peripheral vision. Let's make our palms up and then make some fists. Roll our knuckles in, and then that exaggerated, over-exaggerated bicep curl right here. Sit ourselves up tall, and we'll do seated cat and cow, so some spinal flexion right here. Let's open this up. Inhale. And as we exhale, we round. Oh, and we're hollowing out that belly as we do this rounding. Let's inhale and open. And exhale and round. Inhale and open. Exhale and round. So spinal flexion and extension. Inhale and open. Exhale and round. Inhale and open. Exhale and round. Inhale and open. Exhale and round. Good. Bring this to center. Very nice. Opening our arms. Let's take our left arm across to our right thigh. Let's reach our right arm back behind us. Oh yeah, and spinal twist it here. Just hooking or holding that hand on the back of the chair. Such good leverage right there for this spinal twist, this first big spinal twist of our practice today. Let's breathe it here. Inhale it deeply. And let's exhale this out. So good. Bring this to center. Let's bring those arms back up. And other side, same thing. And you can hook that hand or hold on to the back of the chair. Oh, and one side might be tighter than the other. Let's inhale it deeply here. And exhale it out. That feels really, really good. Very nice. Let's bring this back to center. Reach our arms up. Let's reach up through our fingers. We've got those lights shooting right through our fingertips, up towards the sky, up towards the ceiling. So we're really lengthening up through our arms, really flexing through those hands. Let's walk our legs over to the right because we're going to get even deeper spinal twisting here. And then we get to take our hands to the back of the seat of the chair and use that back of the chair as leverage to twist deeper into this spinal twisting. Oh my goodness. Let's breathe it here. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And one more time, big deep inhale and exhale it out. So good. All right, shoot the light back up through those fingertips, up to the sky, reaching up through our arms, lengthening up through our spine. Oh, so tall here. And then let's take those hands. We moved our legs, moving our legs to the left. Take our hands to the back of the seat of the chair. Spinal twist on this other side. Using those hands as leverage to twist as deep into this as is available to you. You might even go comfortably uncomfortable here in this one. This one, it's pretty, you can go pretty safe in this one. Oh my goodness. Let's breathe it here. Inhale and exhale it out. Good, big deep inhale and exhale it out. So nice, very good. Bring our arms back up, reach up through those arms, lengthening up through that spine. We put ourselves in the center of our chair, maybe towards the front. We're going to do our seated sun salutations. So let's do our first fold over. So let's go ahead and, with our arms already in the air, let's go ahead and fold ourselves down and over. And maybe your blocks are there already, maybe they're not. It's okay. Oh, just fold that over. If you have some back issues, back pain, or some other stuff going on, and you need a support between your chest, your belly, and thighs, feel free to use a pillow. Use whatever you need to use. All right, so we're in this forward fold, and you can place those blocks now where you want to use them as we go into our seated sun salutations. So let's inhale and sweep our arms up nice and big. Big sun breath. Inhale and sweep this up. As we exhale, we dive down and over into our seated forward fold. Hands onto blocks, shins, or floor. Inhale, let's lengthen through our arms, lengthen through our spine. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep those arms up. Big sun breath. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen through those arms and that spine. So good. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Lengthen through those arms, lengthen through that spine. Let's hold this here and we can exhale as we are held in this lengthening position because we're going to go into more spinal twisting and opening of our shoulders. So we're going to do some more shoulder and back. So let's press our right hand into block, shin, or floor. And let's open to the left. Maybe that arm opens to the side like this. Maybe it opens halfway. Maybe it doesn't, and you have your hand on your waist or on your lowest rib, on your rib cage right here. Or you can have it low on your hip, waist, lowest rib. We're just working on this torso twisting and this shoulder opening right here. Good, breathing. Continuing to breathe right here. We can release this back into that fold. Very nice. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep those arms up. Big sun breath. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. We're going to do the same side again. So press our right hand back into that block. Let's lift that left arm up. Open that up. Maybe you've got a little bit more mobility there now because it's our second time around. Building that neural pathway. It's saying, oh yeah, I remember this. Okay, this is our second time around. So I know where to go now. Good, breathe it here. And exhale it out. We're going to do 3 times on each side. So don't worry. We'll have one more time with this side. Good, one more breath. Inhale it. And exhale it out. Good, release this down, very nice. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up, big sun breath. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. And now you know what we're doing. So right hand presses into that block, left arm opens. Oh yeah. You're like, hey, maybe we should do this 6 times today. Three's good. Let's breathe it here. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it. Oh yeah. As you are breathing, maybe recognize, we're building that body awareness too, but recognizing, hey, where am I feeling that breath at? When I inhaled, what part of my lungs? Did I feel it in the front of my body, back of my body? Where did I feel that at? Good, go ahead and release that and relax. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. We've got that other side now. Let's inhale and lengthen. Hold this here. Now we press our left hand into that block. And I know this is my tight side. I don't know why I didn't start with this side today. Opening that up and breathing. Good. And maybe you have a super tight side too. Or maybe your first one on the other side was at your waist, or all 3 of them on your other side. Was at your waist, at your hip, or your lowest rib. Remember, try and do the same thing on both sides of the body. Let's go ahead and release that and relax. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. We press our left hand back into that left block and we reach open with that right arm, however that was for you. Lifting it open or hand to waist or lowest rib or hip. But opening that up. Yeah, second time around feels better. I know the third time around will feel even better. Let's inhale it here. And exhale it out. Good, let's release that. Ooh, some burning right there. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep those arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. All right, last time for this. Let's press that left hand into that block. And let's open up. Oh, yeah. Yep. The third one is a charm. It makes a difference. Let's breathe it here. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. One more breath here. Inhale deep. And exhale it out. So good. Release that down. Very nice. Inhale and sweep this up. As we exhale, let's clasp those hands behind us if you can. If you haven't been able to clasp, that's okay. Grab the back of your chair or the seat of your chair. Let's open this chest. Wow. Good, so good. And then release that. Right arm over left. Hug, big hug. Oh, and pull that down. So a lot of different movements, muscle groups. Let's switch sides. Working right here, getting a lot of blood flow into that upper body. So good. All right, let's inhale and sweep this up. So inhale it big. Bring our hands to prayer and exhale our hands to heart. Good. Inhale and lift this up. And exhale, dive it down and over. I love that dive down. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale our hands to heart. Good. Inhale and lift this up. We're going to do one more of those big dive down and over. Dive it down and over. Forward fold. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep those arms up. Bring our hands to prayer and exhale our hands to heart. We've got that hip hinge coming up next with more spinal twisting. So I'm scooting myself even farther forward so that I can get an even further twist. That might be an option for you too, or maybe you're fine where you're at. Let's sit ourselves up really tall. We're hinging right at this hip crease. So we're keeping everything straight, doing this, and then we're spinal twisting. So we're hinging. Let's inhale it deeply here. And exhale, hinge at those hips. And we've got the spinal twist over to the left. Our right tricep or right elbow is trying to get over to that left thigh. It's pretty easy to stay away from that knee joint, but if it's not, try and stay away from it. Try and keep yourself onto your thigh and not onto that knee joint. Good spinal twist here. And maybe your mobility is letting you just to go right here. So if maybe you're on your right thigh, listening to your body and going where you can with this twisting. Good. Let's bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, big dive down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale our hands to heart. We're going to do that big hinge and twist on the other side. So sit ourselves up tall. Let's inhale it here. And exhale, hinge and twist. Oh. And again, if one side is tighter than the other, so very normal. So normal. That's the normal everyday life. Having one side tighter or stronger than the other. That's why we do this practice, is to get both of the sides of our bodies strong and flexible and mobile. Breathing it here. Very good. Let's bring ourselves back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Now I usually save this for towards the end of practice, but we're going to lift our glutes up off of the chair. So you got your hands on your blocks or your hands on your shins. Let's press into our hands and we're going to lift our glutes up off the chair. So go ahead and lift those glutes up off the chair. Oh yeah. And we're just saying hello to the backs of our legs, our hamstrings, our calves, our feet are planting, because we're going to be working the fronts of our legs in just a moment, but waking up the backs of our legs can be very helpful. Let's go ahead and take a seat again, back in the chair. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over once more. Lift our glutes up off of the chair. Stand that up. Good. Nice standing forward fold right here. Waking up backs of the legs. Good. Take a seat back in that chair. Inhale and sweep this up. And then we can release our arms to our sides. Very nice. All right. So now we get fronts of the legs. Sitting ourselves up very tall. Not against the back of the chair yet. Our core is going to be engaged right here. So we've got ourselves in our staff pose. Maybe you've got single leg staff pose going on. Maybe you've got both, double leg. So we've got our feet flexed. We've got our legs out. Let's lengthen up through our arms. Reach this here. Let's inhale it deeply and exhale it out. Good, big deep inhale and exhale it out. Very nice. If those quads are burning, so good. Lots of blood flow to those big muscle groups. Let's inhale it deeply here and exhale it out. Very good. We can release our arms to our sides. You can be holding onto the side of the chair. You can have your hands on your thighs or just relaxed wherever you want them. But we're going to go hamstring curl and leg extension right here for 8. So let's curl this in, keep our feet super flexed and extend. There's 8. Curl this in and extend. There's 7. Curl this in and extend. There's 6. Curl this in and extend. There's 5. Curl this in and extend. There's 4. Curl this in and extend. There's 3. Curl this in and extend. There's 2. Curl this in. And we're going to hold this extension. Go ahead and point those toes, flex those feet. Oh, that feels good on the ankles. Point those toes and flex those feet and point those toes and flex those feet and point those toes and flex those feet. Very nice. Let's go ahead and release our left leg. Scoot ourselves forward and we can go ahead and take our right ankle to our left thigh. If this is not working for you, you can always take that leg out long and go for an extended figure 4 piriformis stretch and then move yourself into this. Or you are now moving onto the floor because the chair, this height might be too much for your hip flexor, hip, whatever, back. If you need to be moving to the floor, then go ahead and you can move to the floor and do everything we do on the floor. So we're just getting this piriformis ready. Let's go ahead and twist. Twist to one side and twist to the other side, because we will scoot ourselves all the way back up against a support, either the back of our chair, or if you're on the floor, maybe a wall. You don't have to use support here, but it can be helpful. Bring ourselves back to center. All right, so now we get to scoot ourselves to the back of the chair, lengthening up through our spine, and we're going to add our breath and our hinge. Let's go ahead and inhale it deeply here, and exhale, hinge it forward. Good, sit it up tall, inhale, and exhale, hinge. Inhale it up tall, and exhale, hinge. And one more time, inhale it up tall, and exhale, hinge. Good, lift ourselves up tall right here. Very nice. Go ahead and twist again. Twist again to the right, and twist again to the left. Good, bring this back to center. Let's take this into half shoelace. So let's take that heel over to the corner of the chair, or if you're on the floor, you're just crossing your leg over your other leg. And we are holding on to this right leg. You could be holding on to your shin. If you're able, you can wrap that around, or you can wrap underneath and hold on that hamstring. So we either want to be holding on shin bone or that hamstring, or wrapping around. We don't want to put a lot of pressure on our knee joint. Boy. All right there. So good for that hip flexor, glute, IT band. So that's a big ligament up and down that leg. Does a lot of work. I don't remember where it was years ago that I read it, but it was like your IT band, if it were stretched out, it could like hold a bus or something. I don't know. It was something crazy like that. I was like, what? Good. Go ahead and turn that. We've got some strong stuff in our body, guys. Turning that good to the other way. Nice. Bring ourselves back to center. We're gonna change this leg into an eagle. So we'll eagle legs, and then we'll do our eagle arms. So we're gonna do an eagle. So let's scoot ourselves forward. We've got our legs crossed, and maybe you are super gluing the blade of your foot to the outside of your calf, or you're working on your ankle flexion and mobility and beginning to wrap that around. So we're centering that weight. Maybe you've got it wrapped. Maybe you've just got that blade glued to your calf. Sitting ourselves up tall, since our right leg is over our left leg, let's take our arms out, take our right arm over our left arm. Give ourselves a nice big hug here, and then go ahead and glue those elbows together. Backs of the hands can be touching, or you can work on that flexion and mobility of the wrists. Right here too, and the shoulder. This is a massive shoulder stretch right here. Let's inhale it deeply here and exhale it out. Good, big deep inhale and exhale it out. So good. Very nice. We can open that up, release that, and release that, and shake that. If you are on the floor, you can bring yourself back to the chair, because we're going to do extension, and then you can bring yourself back down onto the floor. So we are away from the back of the chair now. We're going to go back into that extension of our legs with our staff pose. So if you did one leg, then you're going to do the other leg. But if you did both legs before, then challenging to go to both legs again. Let's breathe it here. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. Deep inhale and exhale it out. And big deep inhale and exhale it out. Releasing this down to our side. We've got our extension, our curl and extension for 8. Let's go ahead and curl this in. Feet are flexed and extend. There's 8. Curl this in and extend. There's 7. Curl this in and extend. Here's 6. Curl this in and extend. Here's 5. Curl this in and extend. There's 4. Curl this in and extend. There's 3, curl this in and extend. There's 2, curl this in. We're gonna hold our next extension. Hold this, spine is up tall. Point our toes, flex our feet. Point our toes, flex our feet. Point those toes, flex those feet. Point those toes, flex those feet. Point those toes and flex those feet. We can release that right leg. Put yourself forward a little bit. And let's go and bring that left ankle to that thigh, or you have now moved onto the ground. This side, oh goodness, this is so much tighter than the other side. So just finding that, maybe twisting, actually, yes, let's twist to the left, and then let's twist to the right. This one making me dizzy. Woo! Bring this to center. Wow, so good. All right, so we are going to bring ourselves up against our support. So if you are using a chair, you're up against the back of the chair. If you're on the floor and you want to use the wall, then feel free to go there. Sit ourselves up tall. Let's add that breath with that hinge. Let's inhale it deeply here and exhale, hinge. Inhale it up tall and exhale, hinge. Ooh. Inhale it up tall and exhale, hinge. And again, inhale it up nice and tall and exhale, hinge. So good. So good, so good. All right, bring this back to that nice tall lengthened spine. And let's twist it again. So twist it and twist it. And then we're going to take it into half shoelace. So let's cross this over. And again, either wrapping around, holding underneath, or holding shin. Oh, and twisting that. Ooh, it's funny. Hip on this side is tighter, but IT band on this side is not as tight as the other side. So again, that body awareness, recognizing, and just understanding, curiosity, not trying to fix, but just being aware of the way that your body is made, breathing it deep. Good, let's twist it the other way. Very nice. And bring this back to center. Let's go into eagle legs. So cross that over, scoot ourselves forward. And again, maybe you're like putting that super glue on the blade of the foot and just gluing that to your calf, or working on ankle flexion and mobility right there. Good. So we've got left over right. Let's take our left over right arm. Give ourselves that nice big hug. We've got a lot of hugs today. And let's glue those elbows, backs of the hands, or wrapping around. Oh, yeah. Center that, and let's breathe it. Inhale it deeply, and exhale it out. And inhale it deeply, and exhale it out. So good. Let's do one more, just because we're here. Inhale it deeply, and exhale it out. Very nice. Open that up, release that, and let's release the legs. Good. Let's take ourselves over to the left side of the chair. Take our left leg behind us, crescent, supported crescent in this chair. And because we are using this chair, there's that automatic little back bend right there. So good. That we don't even have to think about. It's just already there. Very nice. And if this is too much to do, if it's too low on the chair for you, you can always take yourself over and be doing this without the chair and be a little bit higher. So, or against a wall. So always modify the practice to what is going to work with your body today, both sides of the body. Let's go ahead and drop that right hand down to the right side of the seat of the chair, and let's reach this over. So lengthening up from our fingers all the way down through the front front abdominals, through that groin, through that quadricep, back into that calf, back into that ankle, back into the arch of the foot, way back there. So lengthen up through this. Very nice. And then we're just going to turn this. So hands go to the hips, or that front hand is on the thigh. And you can work on a little bit of neck mobility here. You can be just looking to the side, or you can start to look to the back. This side is so much easier than the other. It's the other side that I'm always tighter on with my neck mobility. Again, more awareness of like, oh, we have neck mobility? Yes, we do. Good, bring this to center. Let's bring that leg, right leg up onto the seat of the chair. Take our left leg off to the side. Center right here. Reach up through this. So good. Inner thigh stretch. Let's drop our right hand down. Reaching over a lengthened side stretch here. Very good. Maybe looking up towards the sky. And maybe down towards the floor. And go ahead and windmill that. Reach this over. Breathing, inhaling and exhaling. And we're going to change this position one more time. So we're going to change it into that supported pigeon. Back heel is lifted. Very similar to our crescent, except now our front leg is fully supported into this 90-degree angle where it gets that really big stretch for that hip. Reaching up through this. And we're going to add in this forward fold. Your forward fold may be right here on those hands. It may be down onto our elbows. It may be all the way forward. You might be doing this on the floor. And so you are doing a full pigeon on the floor. So just listening to your body, going where your body's going to let you go today, and to breathe. Very nice. Let's bring ourselves back up and lengthen back up through our arms and through our torso. Get that really long stretch right there. Very good. All right, let's find our proud warrior. We're going to our warrior poses. So we'll find our warrior 2 legs. Front knee is bent, back leg is straight. Toes are pointed inwards. Let's lengthen through our arms. Strong legs, strong torso, strong chest, strong arms, strong neck. Face is relaxed. Relax that face, but everything else is working and strong here. My right hip, super working. It is like on fire today, having to work that. I've been working on hip strength in my workouts. I've been doing extra hip strengthening things. That has been crazy. I didn't realize how weak my hips are. I was like, why is my mobility not good? Let's drop our back arm, take our palm up and reach this. But I was like, why is my hip flexor, like flexibility getting worse? And then I realized, I was like, oh my goodness, I've lost strength in my hips. And so I've been focusing more on strengthening. And I was like, I didn't realize how weak my hips and hip flexors had gotten. It just happens over time. Recognition, doing a little bit of strengthening. Let's take this down into a side angle. And remember, in our side angle, we're not putting a lot of pressure onto that leg, onto the leg right here. We're making the legs work. So it's not painful, but comfortably uncomfortable. Very nice. And breathe. Good. Bring this up and lengthen right here. Back into that proud warrior. So good. And release that. Very nice. All right, let's bring ourselves over to the other side and go into our supported crescent on the other side. Taking our leg behind us and lengthening up through that, reaching up through that. Good, let's take that left hand, drop that left hand down to the left side of the chair and reach this over. And breathe. Very nice. Such a good stretch. Okay, and I just reminded myself, work on neck mobility on this side when we get there. Okay, so now we're going to windmill this and take this into that twist. And I'm going to work, oh yeah, this side does not get nearly as much rotation as the other side. But valuable to know. Breathe it here. So good. And bring this back to center. Let's take our leg up onto the chair. Let's take our right leg off to the side. So our left leg is up on the chair, right leg is off to the side. Let's center it here. Reach up through this nice gate pose. Good, lengthening, reaching. And let's take this down and reach this over again. Good, good, and breathe. And then let's windmill this. Yes, and reach this over. So good. Breathe. And from here, let's turn this into that pigeon, supported pigeon. Lengthening through that back leg, reaching up through our arms. Reach up, reach up, reach up. And lengthen here. Good, we're gonna forward fold it. So you're either on the hands, on the elbows, or all the way forward. Trying to do the same thing on this side that you did on the other side. Oh, wow. Breathing, breathing, and making sure it can be really easy, especially if you're super tight in that bent leg that's on the chair. It can be easy to breathe about that back leg and be like, oh, just let it hang out. Nope, that back leg is active too. Both of our legs are working here. Good, very nice. Whole body is working. Let's lift ourselves up, lengthen back up through this. Reach up through those arms. Good. And then release that down. Very nice. All right, let's take that left leg up to the side. Find our warrior legs for this side. Left knee is bent. Right leg is straight. Toes are pointed inwards. So let's lengthen here. Super strong legs. Strong feet, strong legs, strong torso, strong core. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Strong chest, strong neck, but face is relaxed. If you can let go of that jaw, maybe move that jaw from side to side, release that jaw, relax that forehead. That can be helpful too. And just let those eyes gaze right over the fronts of those fingers, right there. Yeah. Good, let's drop that back arm. Take our palm up and reverse warrior. Goodness. Breathe it here. And from our reverse warrior, we're going to take it into that side angle where we barely are putting anything onto that leg. It's our legs doing the work. I can super feel that in the hip, hamstring. Yep. Good. It's almost on fire. Good. Bring that up and lengthen. Right there. Breathe. Very nice. And then release. And we're going to keep our legs nice and wide. Scoot ourselves forward. If you got blocks, they go to the inside. If you don't have blocks, then you don't have to use blocks. Hands go either to the floors or to the shin. Floor or shin. Floor singular, not plural. Let's take our right hand. Let's take our right hand to our block and let's open this up. Yeah. And breathe. So good. Wide leg, inner thigh. Twist, stretch, everything, everything. This is in everything right here. Good, let's bring ourselves to center, sweep that arm up. Let's take that arm down, left arm down, open this up. So good, breathe it. And bring this to center. And release that. Very nice. All right, now we can take those blocks to where we want them. We're gonna go into our seated sun salutation again, or seated forward fold. Let's inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Good, all right. Pressing our feet into the floor. Lift our glutes up off the chair. Let's lengthen right here. Nice, strong standing pose. Let's inhale, flat back, look forward. So hands are either on those blocks or on your shins. Or if you're extremely flexible or have super long arms, then maybe your hands are down on the floor. Go ahead and release that. Take a seat back in the chair. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Lift our glutes up off the chair, standing forward fold. Inhale, flat back, look forward, tabletop. Exhale and release. Take a seat back in the chair. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Lift our glutes up off of the chair, standing forward fold. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Good. Take a seat back in that chair. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Lift our glutes up off the chair, standing forward fold. And we are going to stay in this standing forward fold. Let's inhale, flat back, look forward. And exhale, release. Good. Let's sweep our arms all the way up, tall mountain pose. Inhale and sweep this up, all the way up, tall mountain. Very nice. Now go ahead and cactus those arms back, elbows, or imagining that our shoulder blades are touching. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, cactus that back. And good. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. And exhale, release our arms to our sides. Very nice. All right, let's turn our chair around. We'll do a little bit of shoulder stretching with a modified downward facing dog. So hands are on the back of the chair. Let's walk those legs back. Let's lengthen into our body. Looks kind of like a table. Right here, we've got, part of the table. Addition of a chair. Let's drop that head in between those arms. Oh man, in between those shoulders. That's such a good stretch for the pectoralis muscles, for the chest, for the shoulders. So good for the shoulders right here, especially if you don't get to do a lot of downward facing dog. This is your modification for a down dog. If you're not able to do one, this will get those muscles and it gets your back as well. Very nice. Just breathing. Ooh, I feel it all the way down into the arches of my feet. Wow. So good. Very good, very good, very good. And let's go ahead and bring this up. Let's take this. Let's go ahead and let's do dancer. We'll do dancer, one-legged seated chair, and then we're going to go over into a tree. So let's take this back here. We will press our left foot into the floor, finding our stability right here. And you don't even have to be using the chair. If you're like, hey, I'm going to work on my balance today. I'm trying not to use a chair. Then you don't have to be at the chair. Otherwise, we're right here, pressing our left leg into the floor. Let's take our right hand. Our right hand is reaching for our right foot. This is your dancer. This is the first part of your dancer. You can keep this here the whole time. Otherwise, we're going to begin to hinge this. Now, this is the second part of your dancer, and you can keep this here the whole time. This might be where you are going today. Or you are going to kick that foot back and up and open this even more. So you're opening your back, your hip flexor, your shoulder, your arm, feeling it in the bicep and tricep. It is up to you. So finding which level is the best for you, because they're all good. It's all good because it's all working on balance, strength, and flexibility. Very nice. Wherever we are, we're going to bring ourselves back into this first level of dancer. And then we're going to bring our leg around. You can grab at that ankle. And if you want, you can keep yourself facing the chair. I'm going to scooch forward so I can see you. We're going to take our ankle right there to our thigh. You're like, yes, another piriformis stretch. I know you've been wanting lots more piriformis stretches. I have too. But they're so good for us. So we've got this nice one-legged seated figure four. Goodness gracious. And the standing leg might be on fire, because that is where this is what's holding our balance, is our standing leg. So that is okay. All right, bringing ourselves up, and we can release that. You can shake that out. We're going to go into tree. Feel free to use support for your tree pose. Otherwise, you can move yourself over. And if you've been doing tree pose for a while, you know where to go. You know where both sides of your body. So don't be going like, oh, this side tree pose goes here, but this side only goes here. Then guess what? Both sides go there until this side can go to the same place as the other side. So listen to your body and respect that about yourself. Respect that about your body. So finding where your tree pose is at for you. Maybe you're able to do it. Maybe you're holding both. Maybe the chair's out in front of you. Maybe you're away. Maybe your arms are up. You have multiple levels that you can be working on your chair here. So just breathing into that, but making sure that we're not putting the weight of our foot onto our knee joint or onto that ankle joint. That's a fault too. We don't want to ever put it onto that ankle joint either. I never talk about that one, because usually when it's down here, the toe can be pressed into the floor. We don't want to put anything onto that ankle joint either. So good, so good. Very nice. Good, shake that out. And we're going to take it to the other side. So everything we just did, we're going to do it on this other side. Right leg's nice and strong, pressed into the floor. Let's take our left hand for our left foot. And you are in this level 1 of dancer. And this may be where you want to stay for the next, we do about, I think, 5 or 6 breaths in this. Or you're hinging forward. Or you're lengthening back. So finding what is going to be working for you for the next about 4 breaths. Good, really lengthening through that. Good. Yep, that strong base leg. Got about 2 more breaths, or a breath and a half. And 1 more breath here. Let's go ahead and take this back into that standing. And we're going to bring that leg around into that single-legged seated pose, the piriformis stretch on this other side. And again, I'll face this way. Got that other side going on. And breathe. And if that right glute, right leg's on fire, it probably is because it's our base leg, and it's where all the balance is going and all that strength. Very nice. And then let's go ahead and release that. Good. Shake that out. And we're going to find our tree pose. So wherever your tree was on the other side, where you're finding it on this side. So maybe your tree was down here. Toe pressed into the floor. Maybe you're here working on this. And breathe. And release that. Oh, good. Shake that out. Let's inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive this down and over. Good. A nice forward fold right here. From this forward fold, we are going to roll the spine up one vertebrae at a time. We're going to end with 3 of those today. We don't have time to get back on the floor. So if you need to do final relaxation, you get to do that on your own. So stand ourselves up tall. Let's inhale it up here. Exhale, dive it down and over. Oh, lengthening through those legs. Maybe those fingers are even touching the floor today. Mine normally kind of don't, but they are today because those hamstrings are just nice and supple now. Supple, that's a good word. All right. Rolling it up one vertebrae at a time. Roll that up. Roll our shoulders down and back. We're going to do one more like that. Inhale and sweep this up. Big breath. Exhale, dive it down and over. Just enjoy that spine stretch, that leg stretch. So good. Hamstrings. And then one vertebrae at a time. Roll this up. Just slowly coming up. Roll our shoulders down and back. Let's inhale and sweep those arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. And let's go ahead and exhale our hands to heart. Take our chin to chest. Lift our heads to center. Take our fingers to forehead. As we leave today, let our thoughts be thoughts of truth. Yes. Taking our fingers to our lips. As we leave today and speak with others, let us speak words of love and taking our hands to our hearts. As we leave today, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given a spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and a sound and peaceful mind. Big deep inhale. And exhale it out. And one more time, big deep inhale. And exhale it out. And thank you for joining me for the practice today. If you need your final relaxation, take it. Lay yourself down on the floor. Do that. That is good. Or if you need your legs up in the air or against